Welcome to this video series on best practices for using the new AutoCAD Utility Design. This series is based on information in DL Consulting's comprehensive training for AutoCAD Utility Design. In this case, content from the material for training end users. In this video, I want to present the overview of the process to import existing data into AutoCAD Utility Design. The first step is to decide what data you want to import. This is really important and something you should sit down and think about. Specifically, what portion, what geographic area of your service territory is needed for the project, and what components within that portion actually need to be imported. And then you may have lots of information on each component, but in reality, what data fields do you actually need for the design work? Once these decisions are made, you can actually begin the import process. You first connect to the data source or sources. Now, AutoCAD Utility Design supports importing data from three general types of sources. First, you can import from files, such as AutoCAD files or ESRI shape files and so forth. Another alternative is to import from what are called FDO, Feature Data Object Sources. These are usually database sources, like say ArcGIS or Oracle. And for those of you using TopOBase or Map3D for asset management, you may be able to directly import using the Autodesk industry models in these sources. Okay, now the next step is to define the field mapping. Here's an example. On the left are the fields in the source data file, and these source fields map to the target fields within AutoCAD Utility Design on the right column. Now you might notice that only a couple fields here are mapped. Here's a key best practice. Usually, you only need to map the source field representing the compatible unit or the assembly code to the Utility Design model name field. Unless you need other data in Utility Design, you don't need to map it. Great. The next step is to define the subset of source data actually needed for import. The important thing here is to only import data for the project area. Here I've sketched a boundary around my project area, because you only want to import data for this project area for the design project. And finally, after we've carefully decided on what we need and done all the setup and the mapping and everything, we can do what we set out to do and import the data into AutoCAD Utility Design. In the full user training, there's a lot more information available about the entire data import process, as well as examples for students to perform. The new AutoCAD Utility Design is a great product. If you're doing electric utility design, it's worth getting. Now, you're looking for more information. I got a few things here. First, Autodesk lets you download AutoCAD Utility Design for a free 30-day trial. To get it, you go to autodesk.com/AUD and then click on the Product Trial button, as you see here. Autodesk also has a whole bunch of what they call trial experience tutorials. Now, the URL is way too long to show. The best way to find them is to just type AUD Trial Experience Tutorials into Google and then click on the first item that appears. And when you get serious about AutoCAD Utility Design, go to dlconsulting.net and check out our training and service offerings. Great, and thanks for listening.